Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. It's Woman Wednesday, but it is a wild Wednesday on Wall Street today. I can tell you that this corona fear stuff is really rising. Right now, the markets are halted. Another circuit breaker has been hit, down just about 1,700 points, 1,750 at the moment, and we're in a 15-minute hold. What's really crazy here is this is like the fourth time in a week that this has happened, so that's unprecedented, really. As we stand right now, the coronavirus has wiped out all of the president's market gains from when he was inaugurated, but it's certainly not his fault. He's referring to the virus these days as the Chinese virus, and I have to agree with him. And I have posited on this show before that my own personal opinion was that there may have been a little dirty work by China to do a deflationary tactic because they're not allowed to manipulate their money anymore. But we'll get into all that another time. Right now, my dear friend joins us. She's sheltering in place down in good old Philadelphia. Erin Elmore is with us on Skype. She's an attorney. She's a political analyst. She's an ambassador with Turning Point, one of my favorites. Hey, Erin, how are you?
Great. How are you? Thinking of you.
All right, we're doing the same. And needless to say, I was unhappy that you couldn't come join us yesterday, but I was thrilled when you said you were available to Skype today. So what's happening? Give us a little bit of what you're hearing. You're all dialed into all the big wigs, and you go to Mar-a-Lago and everything else. What are you hearing? What are you hearing?
You know, for the first time in my involvement in politics, the information seems to be flowing a lot slower because I think our president is being very measured and playing things close to the vest. Because I know he's got a lot of information that he wants to share with us, but wants to make sure that it comes out in the right way and at the right time.
Yeah, I think even the left-wing media has started to point out of late that his presidential addresses and press conferences are not off the cuff, that he's very trained in on what he's talking about, and he doesn't want to do something off the cuff to scare people. And I think he's doing a real heck of a job getting out there in front of it every day.
I still think it is very partisan, the way that people feel about this whole virus and the process. I still see things which I think are very tone deaf on social media and on certain news outlets that are saying this is the time that we elect Biden. And to be partisan right now, to me, is terrifying when we know people that are older and with compromised immune systems that are really at risk of dying. We're talking about life or death here. Let's try to keep the politics out of it, if you will. Moreover, I will say this. The election is in 9 months. Okay, 9 months is a very long time and a lot can happen. I think it's better that we just stay grounded, stay unified as Americans, and try to stay healthy.
Well, how are you holding up? Because I know you're quite the social butterfly. You do a lot of trips up here to New York and you're running around. What is it doing to people, you think, mentally, just sitting home watching all negative news?
You know, I was a little morose, if you will, for the last couple of days, and I'm a consistently happy and cheerful person. But as they say, sunlight is the best disinfectant. I am outside on my balcony. I'm feeling more cheerful. I think the best thing to do is try to find a silver lining in this terrible, terrible tragedy and, you know, try to make yourself a better person, whether it's cleaning out a cluttered closet, whether it's hugging your loved ones tight, whether it's immersing yourself in friends, family, and work. Just doing something and anything you can to sort of regain that sense of self and happiness, because there's so much negativity in the world. It's useless to really think about that nonstop.
Yeah, Erin, and I know you said you wish this wasn't politicized, and I agree with you. But many states went forward yesterday with their primaries. It looks like Joe Biden laid a whooping on Bernie again. This morning there was a report that Bernie was suspending his campaign, and there was another report that wasn't true. Isn't it kind of a little bit morbid for these two, men who are in their 70s, who are clearly in the target category for corona? Isn't it a little morbid for them to be out there campaigning right now? Should they shut this thing down for a little while?
I mean, I think right now they probably feel that they have to seize the day because this is going to be their only opportunity to target Donald Trump, because we had the economy behind us and now they can try to tear this apart and say that they would have done X and they would have done Y and they would have done things differently. This is their only chance to seize the day. And I think that that's, if I were advising them, I would probably tell them to do the same, but at the risk of looking like they don't care about the health of the American people. So it truly is a double-edged sword.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way I see it. I think Ohio had it right. If we don't want people getting together and we'll have all these social distancing rules, I know you're practicing social distancing, but I mean, you could have came in, we could have stayed 6 feet apart. You didn't have to social distance all the way to Pennsylvania.
You know, I'm contemplating coming in and seeing you in the upcoming days. I just have to have a conversation with my husband because he is immunocompromised. So I think these are things that as Americans, we do have to think about. I'm young and healthy, so I don't have a great fear of what would happen to me. I just worry about the loved ones around me. I know my son is safe and young and basically virtually no risk at 6 years old, but it isn't really about me anymore. So it's truly one of those things that you have to look at the bigger picture.
Yeah, and we talked about this a little off air. You know, there's a lot of people that are compromised right now. There are a lot of people that are sick, they're suffering. There's been, thousands of deaths around the world. Maybe the bright side is we're still vertical. We're still getting to bring our message to America. And, we still got our loved ones to hug and hold and love. So, I mean, there's always a bright side, my friend.
That's right. And I'm starting to see it minute by minute because, like I said, the first couple of days hit me really hard. I was worried about everyone in virtually every economic sector. Everyone is so impacted by this, no matter what the business is. Very few people are insulated, right? Yeah. So you just hear stories of small business owners left to right in every industry that are so impacted. And it's hard to find a way out of that dark space. But then you realize, the president has infused a lot of different stimuli into the economy. And let's hope, yes, this is a sharp decline. Let's hope that that's V-shaped. So it's going to hit that bottom and bounce back up quickly because we do have that infusion of capital into the market.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, my friend. I really appreciate it. You brighten up my day, that's for sure. Probably all of our viewers as well.
Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe we can make something work.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you're ready, we're ready. You're always welcome here for a liquid lunch. That's Erin Elmore.
Thank you for cheering me up. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it. Anytime. You cheer us up all the time. And that's Erin Elmore from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And we're getting reports from all over from our friends, correspondents, and regular guests that everybody's taking this a different way, but everybody's taking it kind of hard right now. We're going to take a quick break. It shouldn't be hard for you to stay right there on Newsmax. You're watching Liquid Lunch today on Newsmax TV, the fastest growing cable network in America. And right here, up next, one brave and daring Republican soul, Republican strategist Joe Kovac joins us in studio, and George Santos, a congressional candidate here in New York's 3rd Congressional District, will join us, and he's recently been diagnosed with the coronavirus. So it's all corona all the time, and we'll keep it right here. You keep it right there. Back in a few.